Hey everyone, this is Rhett Quigley from West Virginia Wildlife, and today I'm going to be talking about the dark-eyed junco. If you spend time outdoors in winter, especially in forests, parks, or even your own backyard, there's a good chance you've already met this bird. Small, quiet, often overlooked. And yet, for many people across North America, the arrival of the dark-eyed junco marks the true beginning of winter. Sometimes called snowbirds, juncos appear just as the days shorten and the cold settles in, hopping across the ground beneath feeders, along forest edges, and under bare shrubs. They're not flashy birds, but once you notice them, they become impossible to ignore. Today, we're taking a closer look at the dark-eyed junco, where it lives, how it survives winter, and why this unassuming little bird is one of the most successful songbirds on the continent. The most common form of the dark-eyed junco is the slate-colored form, which is found throughout the eastern United States and the boreal forests of Canada. But in the west, you'll find additional forms, such as the Oregon junco, with darker heads, brown backs, and contrasting flanks. Farther south and west, other forms blend these traits in countless combinations. The slate-colored subspecies is gray on top, white underneath, with a quick flash of white in the tail as they fly. And all of these forms interbreed freely where their ranges overlap, creating smooth transitions rather than sharp boundaries. It's a reminder that nature rarely fits into neat boxes, and that variation is often the rule, not the exception. During summer, many dark-eyed juncos live in places most people rarely visit. High elevation forests, boreal woodlands, mountain slopes thick with spruce, fir, and pine. This would include the central Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia, though much of the peripheries of West Virginia has them only in the winter. The high elevation forests offer safety from predators and competition, as well as ideal nesting conditions. Juncos typically build their nests low to the ground, sometimes tucked against tree roots, rocks, and fallen logs, well hidden from view. But as autumn arrives and food becomes scarce, juncos begin to move. Not in dramatic flocks or long non-stop migrations, but gradually, following the changing seasons southward and downhill. This is why people often say juncos bring winter with them. When they appear in backyards and parks, it usually means colder weather isn't far behind. Unlike many songbirds that predominantly forage in trees, juncos spend much of their time on the ground. They hop rather than walk, flicking leaves aside with quick movements, searching for seeds and small insects hidden beneath. This ground-feeding lifestyle shapes nearly everything about them, from their body shape to their behavior. Their strong legs allow them to move efficiently across snow-dusted ground. Their muted colors help them blend into leaf litter and shadows. And that bright white flash in the tail? It may serve as a distraction, confusing predators at the moment a junco takes flight. Similar to the white rump of the northern flicker that I made a video about recently. In winter, juncos often feed in loose flocks. This provides extra eyes to watch for danger and increases the chances of finding food. You'll often see them darting back and forth beneath feeders, grabbing a seed, and then retreating to nearby cover. Despite their gentle appearance, juncos are not passive birds. Within a flock, there is a clear social structure. Older birds, especially males, tend to dominate the best feeding spots, while younger birds and females are pushed to the edges. This hierarchy helps reduce constant conflict, but it also means winter survival can be tougher for less dominant individuals. Winter is the greatest challenge a dark-eyed junco will ever face. Cold temperatures demand constant energy, while food becomes harder to find. To survive, juncos rely on the combination of behavior, physiology, and timing. They fluff their feathers to trap warm air close to their bodies, creating a layer of insulation. At night, they often roost in dense vegetation, sometimes even burrowing into snow, which can be warmer than the open air. Their metabolism shifts as well, allowing them to process food efficiently and store enough fat to survive long, freezing nights. Every daylight hour matters to the dark-eyed junco. That's why winter juncos seem so busy, feeding constantly, rarely wasting energy on unnecessary movement. Even their calls are simple and quiet, conserving energy while maintaining contact with the flock. If you listen carefully, you may hear a soft metallic tick or smack as a junco moves through the underbrush. This short call note is the bird's way of staying in touch with others nearby, subtle but effective. During the breeding season, males sing a simple, trilling song from low perches. It's not elaborate or showy, but it carries well through forested habitats. This song signals territory, readiness to breed, and presence, important messages delivered with minimal effort, as is common among sparrow species. In many ways, the Junco's voice matches its personality, efficient, restrained, and purposeful. What makes the dark-eyed Juncos remarkable isn't any single trait, but their flexibility. Some populations barely migrate at all, others travel hundreds of miles each year. Some breed at sea level, others high in alpine zones. This adaptability is why Juncos are among the most widespread and successful songbirds in North America. They don't rely on rare resources or fragile habitats alone. Instead, they persist quietly, adjusting as conditions change, an increasingly valuable trait in a rapidly changing world. For many people, the dark-eyed Junco is the first wild bird they truly notice. It's the bird beneath the feeder when everything else has gone quiet. This small shape hopping across fresh snow, the soft movement at the edge of vision during a cold morning walk. They don't demand attention, but they reward it. In their quiet resilience, Juncos remind us that winter isn't empty, it's simply subtle. Life continues, even when the landscape seems still. So the next time you see a small gray bird flick its white tail and disappear into the brush, take a moment to watch. Chances are it's a dark-eyed Junco, carrying winter with it and surviving it one seed at a time.